ESPPs or employee stock purchase plans are a great way to reward and incentivize your workforce. And on the surface, they seem rather straightforward. ESPPs are a plan that let employees purchase company stock, usually at a discount, over a set period of time. But I do think, as we all know, in the world of equity compensation, things are rarely going to be this straightforward. And in this video, I'm actually going to be discussing a topic that embodies this statement, and that is the 25K limit that all tax qualified ESPPs must adhere to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the rule. So an employee can purchase $25,000 worth of company stock through an employee stock purchase plan per calendar year. Now, this calculation is going to be based upon the FMV at the start of the offering period. But as I do have notated here, there can actually be plan-specific rules that offer further restrictions. We are going to shelf that for now, while we do discuss an example on how that $25,000 limit is going to be calculated. But later in this video, we are going to revisit that statement. So let's go to this example. So here we can see that in this scenario, the FMV at the start of the offering period was $10. Now the FMV at the date of purchase when the employee actually bought 1,000 shares was $18. But for the 25K calculation, it actually isn't relevant. All you need to know is what is the FMV at the start of the offering period and how many shares could the employee purchase, or how many did they purchase. So in this situation, the employee had purchased 1,000 shares, so you're going to multiply that by the $10 FMV at the start of the offering period, which shows us they had purchased $10,000 worth of company stock through this offering. Now, as we did notate, they can purchase up to $25,000. So what this means is the employee actually has $15,000 that they can still purchase in that same calendar year through an ESPP, through their company's ESPP. Now, all seems pretty straightforward, I'd assume, right? Just basic math. You're timesing the FMV at the start of the offering period multiplied by the amount of shares the employee had purchased. Well, where things start to get a bit interesting is, what happens if you have an offering that actually extends into a new calendar year? Well, a new calendar year actually means another $25,000 that the employee can use to contribute towards their company's ESPP. So if we actually take that statement and revisit the last example and just tweak it a little bit. So let's say everything here stays exactly the same, except this offering period has multiple purchases, and this offering period actually does encompass 2 calendar years. So this is where things start to get interesting. So as I said before, a new calendar year means another $25,000. And since there was $15,000 left from the last purchase, that $15,000 actually gets carried over into the new calendar year because it is the same offering. So $15,000 left over from the last year plus the additional $25,000 from the current year means the employee actually has $40,000 worth of stock that they can purchase. Pretty impressive, right? Well, let's also remember that this carryover only happens if it's the same offering period. So if the employee does enroll in a new offering, or if it's not the same one that encompasses 2 calendar years, this carryover does not happen. This only happens if it is the same offering. Always remember that. Now, we've already gone over quite a bit of information, so I'll try to be concise here. We are going to start discussing the plan-specific rules I had mentioned earlier in the video. But before going into that, I did want to mention that if you are looking to master employee stock purchase plans, you really will want to check out our Employee Stock Purchase Plan Essentials course, where industry experts are going to teach you the ins and outs of ESPPs. Now, there's my little plug, so let's get back to plan-specific rules. So as stated, employees can purchase $25,000 worth of company stock each calendar year through their company's ESPP. However, companies can actually be more restricted if they would like to. The $25,000 limit is one that the IRS mandates, but a company, if they choose to, can actually be more restrictive. So in this situation, let's say that the company is only allowing employees to purchase 1,500 shares in any offering. Well, in this situation, we can actually see that $10, we're using the same example as before, $10 being the FMV at the start of the offering period. If you multiply that by 1,500 shares, that's only 15,000. So that is less than the 25K limit that the IRS has mandated. But as I said, companies can be more restrictive if they would like to. They can't be less, but they can be more. So I hope you guys found this enlightening, and thank you to all who bared with me to the end of this little presentation. And just out of curiosity, for any of you that had actually watched to the end, please comment 423 ESPP. I want to see how many of you were actually getting to the end of these videos. So again, thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you in the next one. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please make sure to like this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a follow on LinkedIn. Again, thank you everyone.